Hey everybody, Chuck Barone. Tuesday, April the 11th, 2023. A little bit of calm before the storm here. I think tomorrow is a big day, guys. It's a big day with some big data coming out. The next couple of days are going to be pretty important days as far as what we're going to see for Fed policy, what we're going to see for interest rates going forward, and a pretty clear idea of what prices are going to look like, you know, depending on how completely accurate their numbers are. Anyway, before we get to the show, as always, I want to say welcome everybody to the show. Say thank you for your guys' participation, watching the videos and supporting us. We really appreciate you guys. Markets today, well, like I said, it was kind of the calm before the storm tomorrow. So the market's just basically laying dead today. The market's, certainly the stock market, mixed today. The Dow actually gaining points, gaining 98 points to 33,684. The S&P, in essence, basically flat today, up less than 1 point. 4108 for the S&P 500. And the NASDAQ down 52 points, 12,031 on the NASDAQ. So really mixed results in the market today. You know, the broader market was pretty much just zeroed out as far as the S&P said. Obviously, tech stocks, with a little bit of uncertainty, people want to limit their exposure there. And of course, the blue chips are always going to be in favor. The bond market today basically also holding its breath for tomorrow. Not much activity in the bond market today. The 10-year up just 1 basis point, 3.43%. The 2-year up 2 basis points, 4.03%. You know, not much happening in the bond market. Now tomorrow we'll tell another story, so get ready for a little more volatility tomorrow, one way or the other. The dollar today, again, on pause, fractionally down, 102.14 on the index. Not much happening with the dollar either. Still the king of the hill as far as the currencies it's compared to, despite all of the, you know, the activity our enemies are using to try to, you know, take the dollar down. As it stands right now, it's not mission accomplished yet. Metals today had a nice little rally, though. It was nice to see gold and silver spiking up. Gold up $12.80 over $2,004. Nice rally for gold. Silver up 20 cents, but getting back above $25 per ounce, $25.06 for silver. Nice, man. These are nice numbers, and I'm telling you, with the demand there is for gold and silver that's coming from the public, and it's not just Americans buying it, guys, it's all around the world. And then you add in what I reported on yesterday, central banks buying gold at record paces, tons of gold. You can see why this market's rallying, and I still think it's got legs, it's got a ways to go. Oil today, moving oil up, spiking up today, $1.76 per barrel. 81.50 for a barrel of West Texas Intermediate. I gotta say I'm a little surprised, but these one-day spikes don't really, they're not a big jolt to me. I think that we'll have to keep an eye on this to see if this is the start of a bump, you know, a trend upward for oil, which has not been what's been happening with oil really. There was really, I went searching around and didn't really see any news that would cause oil to spike up. So it's just speculation in the markets would be my guess as to why the price bumped today. Bitcoin, though, another nice day for Bitcoin, up $931, breaking 30,000, 30,086 for Bitcoin. A lot of support. I was reading a lot of very positive stuff about Bitcoin. I still don't know enough about it personally to be investing in it, but I know a lot of the people watching this show are holding Bitcoin, want to get in Bitcoin. You know what? I don't know, you know, I had my idea that Bitcoin being something, because I didn't understand it, I didn't understand exactly what created the value in Bitcoin, other than its, you know, portability. Especially, you know, just is portability worth that much? I don't know. But anyway, I'm coming to understand it a little bit better. I think Bitcoin It's not going away, guys, that's for sure. Cryptos are not going away. So now I have to do a little, well, I shouldn't say a little. The way I do my work is going to be a lot to get into the research, learn about this blockchain, how it works. I've been neglecting that, but it looks like I'm going to have to take it serious now because, Bitcoin at one point was almost 70,000. So there's a lot of room between 30 and 70 for a big, gigantic, colossal rally. I'm going to do my homework because if that rally is going to happen, well, I sure as heck would like to be part of it. News you guys need today? Well, we all know tomorrow's the big day, guys. C.P.I. coming out tomorrow. It's going to really set the tone for the next month or so, leading into this May 2nd Fed rate increase. CPI tomorrow, analysts expecting 5.1%. That's they're expecting core actually to be higher at 5.6. Go figure. That 5.1 is the top line CPI coming down from 6%. They really believe like they're having their way with these inflation numbers. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you study the statistics, it looks like prices have come down a little bit. Not so much on eggs, not so much on butter, but it looks like used cars and other things like that were spiking up shockingly are coming back down to earth now. What do you guys think? And then don't mention in the comments 1,000 times that these numbers are all bullshit. These are the numbers that we have to work with. These are the numbers that the markets react to, okay? But what do you guys think? Is inflation coming up, going up still? Is it coming down? It looks like we might have a little trouble with oil prices spiking, so that always leads to higher gas prices. Going to be a fascinating day tomorrow, and we'll be here to bring you guys the details. Now, I was reading an interesting article today. BlackRock, pretty big company, largest money manager in the world, they're predicting that the Fed will stop their rate increases well before inflation reaches their 2% target. I'm like, really? Wow, because you're causing pain like they're causing in this economy. You hope that there's some benefit to it, and quitting before you finish the job is not a benefit. BlackRock goes on to say that inflation now has started a cost of living crisis in the United States, and that because the way prices are rising, especially on rents and services that people have to have every day, food, the necessaries of life, they believe that the cycle will end without their inflation even on track to get to 2%, let alone being at 2%. Interestingly, the markets now are pricing in rate cuts after May. Really? Okay, maybe they know something I don't know. But BlackRock's really sounding pretty bearish as far as the inflation targets. They believe that even though inflation is coming down and is expected to be down tomorrow as well, they say that the aging population here in the United States, geopolitical fragmentation, which we talked about pretty good yesterday, and the transition in the world to a lower carbon world, a lower carbon economies, those are some of the factors that are going to keep pressure on prices to go higher. And I'm looking at it like that, well, these are stuff that's pretty hard to deny. Our population is aging, not only in the United States, but around the world. Geopolitics are probably the worst they've been that I can remember, probably since the end of the Cold War. We got enemies all around us, and now organized enemies. It's not just we're taking on the Soviet Union like back in the day and their little proxies. Now we're talking some pretty powerful countries, all lining up against at least the dollar, if not the United States. So the geopolitical world certainly fragmenting, and we're already seeing it. We're in the very, still in the very beginning of the transition to, more renewable energy and less carbon. And that's, as we all are finding out, it's a very, very tedious, expensive process to transition. Anyway, you know, I would believe that they may be right, even though the evidence points to the Fed having their way right now. So yeah, as I mentioned, markets now, bond market factoring in rate cuts. So what they're saying then is economic circumstances will be such that the Federal Reserve will have no choice but to pivot to rate cuts to save the economy. So they're must be expecting something pretty dire for that to happen. I don't know if I'm buying that so much, but we'll see where it goes, man. Tomorrow's number going to tell a lot, and Thursday as well we'll have C.P.I. That's going to be an important one too, plus those unemployment numbers. Big couple of days coming up, guys. And finally, to wrap things up, it's a short day, not a lot of news today. Zillow's chief economist. Now, Zillow, as you guys know, is a big real estate. They're online real estate. You can get prices and shop for real estate. You can get an estimate on your home's value and all kind of information. Pretty big organization. Their chief economist, a woman named Skylar Olson, she came out today and said that short-term tactics for real estate, like house flipping, are all finished. Not going to work anymore. Now, that was a big thing here in Las Vegas that really was a catalyst in driving prices higher. In case you're not familiar with what house flipping is, it's a pretty simple thing. You buy a house, you go in, you put some money in, you put some labor in, you fix that house up, and you sell it as quickly as you can to get not only your money back, whatever profit you're going to get. Now, Olson says that tactic's done, house flipping's over, and she pointed to higher interest rates, and she believes that interest rates for mortgages at least will stay in the 5.5% to 6% range long term, and I'm kind of inclined to agree with that. Plus, with prices now stopping their decline, kind of holding steady where they are, higher prices, higher rates, not a lot of opportunity for house flippers to grab something cheap and flip it real fast. Just not going to be happening, at least for the near term. I don't know if forever is the way that goes in real estate, but as of right now, no more house flipping. Anyway, that's it for the day, guys. Tomorrow's a huge one. We'll be here with bells on to bring you guys all the news you need. Get ready for C.P.I. tomorrow. It's going to be a monster day. I'm looking forward to seeing which way it goes. It's going to be fascinating. As always, we appreciate your support. We appreciate you guys watching these videos, your likes, questions, and comments. We'll be back tomorrow to bring you guys the news you need. Until then, guys, take care.